Good afternoon, Kat, forgiveness coach. I was watching this show called St. Paul on Prime today, and it's great because it shows, like, I don't know, it just helps when I'm reading the Bible to, like, see some of the ways it might have looked and what he actually went through. It was kind of fun. And he got to the part where he was talking to the Church of Corinth about you can have all these things. You can have all this knowledge, which was a really big deal back then, just like it is now. You can have all this prestige and all that. But if you don't have love, you're nothing. And it just got me thinking about how in our culture that knowledge equals power. And somehow if you have more knowledge, you're better. If you know more, if you can unlock the hidden mysteries, Masonically or otherwise, if you can just gain access to this elite information that the powers that be have collected, if you just understand these mysteries through witchcraft and, we are so special, right? Because you can evoke power through blood or some other horrific means, then you'll be somebody, just like how on Piers Morgan, this woman actually, when she was referring to the fact that there was a file on him as he swallowed harder than 7 rocks in your trachea, he was like, "Oh, there's no file on me." And she's like, "Sure there is. I mean, I found myself in your file, and you're nobody if you're not in the Epstein list." Wow. Are they stretching so far? That somehow you'll be somebody. But Scripture dismantles that completely, right? It says, if I have the gift of prophecy and know all mysteries and knowledge, and if I have all faith as to move mountains, but I do not have love, I am nothing. Not I'm less, not I'm incomplete, not that I'm immature. I am nothing. You can understand mysteries. You can study esoteric systems, analyze governments, have all the codes, figure it all out. You can even be intellectually superior, but that does not equal having it, does it? Even exposure does not equal holiness, although a huge fan to call out evil. It says, if I give all my possessions to feed the poor, and if I surrender my body to be burned, but do not have love, it profits me nothing. You can sacrifice, you can perform, you can virtual signal, you can get a sign out and parade yourself in the middle of winter. You can be seen as radical or powerful, but without love, it has zero eternal weight. And love, Scripture says, is patient, it's kind, it's not arrogant, it doesn't seek its own. Love does not rejoice in unrighteousness. No, it doesn't rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. Love never fails, never fails. You can gain the world, you can sit on yachts. You can be invited into the closed rooms, right? You can chase power through darkness, which is what we're seeing. But if you don't have love, you have nothing. Here's the sobering reality. In 1 Corinthians 8:1, it says love builds up. Love builds up. If your knowledge makes you harder or colder, more prideful, more self-exalting, it's not from God. Because God is love. And anything that increases knowledge while decreasing love is not wisdom. It is deception. At the end of the chapter, Paul leaves us with this. But now faith, hope, love, abide these 3. But the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13:13. Not knowledge, not access, not influence, not intelligence. Love. That it really is the dividing line. So on this Valentine's Day, let's go with the one thing that is eternal, and that is love. Love one another, even when you don't understand, even if you might not think the way they do. Love, because that, in fact, is eternal. Happy Valentine's.